With the 2026 Saiyan Day celebration coming to a close, it's time to rank every Saiyan Day Dokkanfest released over the past decade from worst to best. While the main focus will be on how strong these units were at the time of their release, we'll also take into account how well they performed/aged for the difficult content released around their time. Starting at the bottom, the 5 lowest ranked Saiyan Day units are fairly interchangeable. But at number 10 I have INT Majin Vegeta. Majin Vegeta was one of the best defensive units in the game, but with one major caveat. He needed to have a Trunks ally on the team. While several powerful Trunks units had released in the prior year, they were all heavily power crept by the 7th anniversary Red Zone stages. As a result, it was very difficult to fulfill Vegeta's intro condition and get the full 50% damage reduction. However, Majin Vegeta is one of the rare cases of a unit improving significantly after release. LR Vegeta and Trunks released 3.5 months after Majin Vegeta, and they were the new best unit in the game, completely solving his intro condition. This allowed Majin Vegeta to be a reliable tank in all of the Red Zone fights, as well as being one of the best options for the Cell Max event. Despite his late surge in value, he was easily the weakest Saiyan Day unit on release. If we evaluated him only at his peak, he could rank as high as number 6. However, the fact that he was so mediocre for the first 4 months of his release places him at the bottom of this list. At number 9 comes TEQ Super Saiyan 3 Angel Goku. The original Saiyan Day Dokkanfest, he was the Super TEQ 120% leader and was built purely for offense. He gained 120% attack at the start of turn, and gained an additional 20% attack per Rainbow Key Sphere obtained. Unfortunately, Super Saiyan 3 Goku gained no defense from his passive or super attack effect, and although he hit hard, he dealt less damage than Super Saiyan 4 Goku on average. Furthermore, a massive portion of his offense was also tied to getting Rainbow Key Spheres, and his team lacked reliable Rainbow Orb Changers. Outside of Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, Super TEQ was lacking good over and a flash options, making his team weaker than the other Neo God leads at the time. However, just by virtue of being a Neo God leader, Super Saiyan 3 Goku was one of the most valuable units in the game due to his powerful leader skill. He dominated Dokkan events and was the go-to leader for the Super TEQ Super Battle Road stage. He was by no means a bad unit, but the units ranked above him had higher peaks or were more consistent than Super Saiyan 3 Goku. These next two units are quite similar in how they were structured, transforming Vegeta and Bardock. Vegeta was the upgraded counterpart to transforming Goku and transforming Frieza. He gained 80% to stats in base, and an additional 10% attack and defense with every subsequent transformation. His gimmick was that he gained 6% attack per Key Sphere obtained, which increased by 1% with each form. While his individual states were more powerful than Goku and Frieza, he still shared many of the same flaws as his predecessors. The earliest you could possibly see Blue Vegeta was turn 9, and no fight in the game lasted that long when he initially came out. Longer content such as the legendary Goku event and Infinite Dragon Ball History were released later in the year, and he performed much better in those fights than in shorter content. Similarly, Bardock was a bit underwhelming in base, requiring low-class warrior allies on the team to gain additional attack buffs. Other than stacking defense on Super, base Bardock contributed nothing of relevance to winning, but thankfully, he had a simple transformation condition. Bardock could transform starting from turn 4 or any time when facing a wicked bloodline enemy. Super Saiyan Bardock was considerably better, gaining a massive 180% attack, as well as 3 key and 18% crit, dodge, and damage reduction for his first 5 turns. Furthermore, when fighting a wicked bloodline enemy, Bardock performed guaranteed crits and launched an additional attack with a high chance to be a super. Bardock could reach his stronger form more consistently, while Vegeta possessed a far superior leader skill, giving Pure Saiyan's category allies 3 key and 150% to stats, as well as 3 key and 100% to stats to superclass allies. Ultimately, Vegeta's value as a leader gives him the definitive edge at number 7, with Bardock coming in at number 8. Number 6. UI Sign Goku. Although some debate Goku's status as a Saiyan Day headliner since he was a Dokkan Awakening rather than a brand new card, it makes no sense to count SSR Jiren as a Saiyan Day unit, so we'll just focus on Goku. UI Sign Goku was very simple. He gained 100% attack and defense at the start of turn, and transformed into Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku when HP was 50% or less. This transformation was easy to trigger, as there was no turn restriction attached to it, and back then, it was fairly common to get below 50% HP without dying. Once transformed, UI Goku gained 3 Ki and 150% attack at the start of turn, while having a 70% chance to evade enemies' attacks. He also disabled enemies' guard when attacking, which meant that if he attacked a physical enemy, he would damage them as if he was type neutral against them. He was a powerhouse in Super Battle Road and could dominate every Dokkan event, including his own very challenging stage. His biggest drawback once transformed was the fact that UI Goku gained no defense from his passive or super attack effect, making him pretty much dodge or die in Super Battle Road. His base form was also very basic, serving mostly as a stat B-stick. Despite that, he was borderline essential to clear the Realm of Gods Super Battle Road stage, and his Realm of Gods team was one of the best in the game. Number 5. AGL Kid Goku. Definitely the least hype Saiyan Day unit among the community, this unit was a beast on release. He excelled in all types of content, dominating the 3 difficult styles of events at the time. He stacked attack and defense on super, and guarded all attacks after performing 7 super attacks in battle, allowing him to shine in Festival of Battles and longer red zone fights. He possessed 60% damage reduction for his first 7 turns, and had a 22% chance to dodge all attacks within the turn, allowing him to perform well in shorter content such as battle-hardened formidable foes. His ability to super attack up to 4 to 5 times within a turn allowed this unit to build up very quickly and also dish out respectable damage. Goku could struggle for Ki on his initial turn, but starting from turn 3, he could activate his powerful active skill, which recovered 30% HP and gave him 3 Ki and 30% to stats for the rest of battle. The window in which Goku was at his weakest was turn 1 before he had any stacks or his active skill up, but once he got going, he was unstoppable. However, what holds Goku back compared to the units above him was the fact that he didn't age as gracefully. When the difficult GDC fights were introduced in the middle of the year, Goku struggled to keep up. The enemies hit incredibly hard out the gate, and dodge cancelling was prevalent in several fights, drastically reducing Goku's effectiveness. Regardless, he was still an incredible Saiyan Day release, and lands much closer to the top of the list than the bottom. Number 4. INT Broly. His terrible EZA might have made some people forget, but Broly was a monster on release. Like Kid Goku, Broly was a stacker that could super attack multiple times within the turn, capable of supering up to 4 times against Pure Saiyans or Hybrid Saiyans enemies. He gained 3 Ki at the start of turn, meaning he almost never struggled with Ki, and had a baseline 18% damage reduction and crit chance. Broly gained a further 18% damage reduction and crit when attacking a Pure Saiyans or Hybrid Saiyans enemy, making him one of the best units in the game for the Fighting Legend events. There were also a handful of Super and Extreme Super Battle Road stages with Pure and Hybrid Saiyan bosses, so he could perform decently there too. Like most stacking units, Broly was vulnerable without any stacks, but the more he built up, the more indestructible he became. His active skill, however, was quite inconsistent, requiring him to perform 4 super attacks in battle to get massive offensive buffs for 1 turn. If you were lucky, he could trigger it as early as turn 3, but on average, it took 2 to 3 appearances before his active could be used. What puts Broly above Kid Goku was how well he aged. He was one of the few pre-2022 characters to survive the 7th anniversary Red Zone power creep, remaining a legitimate option in many tough Red Zone fights. He is unquestionably one of the stronger Saiyan Day releases and firmly claims the number 4 position. Number 3. TEQ Vegeta. Coming off the massive 9th anniversary meta shift, Vegeta gapped every other TUR in the game and was a force to be reckoned with in the Supreme Magnificent Battle fights. He continued the pattern of being a dominant headliner that stacked attack and defense on Super, while also possessing both guard and 18% damage reduction in base. He could super attack up to 4 times within the turn with a Goku ally on rotation or against a Goku enemy, and gained huge defensive buffs when being hit. He could transform into Super Saiyan when HP was 18% or more starting from turn 3, and gained access to a very hard-hitting active skill thanks to his attack stacks. Super Saiyan Vegeta was a defensive god, and was one of the few reliable tanks against the 9th anniversary content. Even when Supreme Magnificent Battle Goku and Frieza came out months later, he was one of the few TURs capable of bypassing their damage threshold, and he still remains a viable option in Festival of Battles. The only real flaws with this unit is that he could take quite a lot of damage turn 1, or after his damage reduction wore out in base, but by then you already had access to Super Saiyan Vegeta. All 3 of these top units have a legitimate claim to number 1, but despite being such a phenomenal Saiyan Day unit, I have to place him at number 3. Number 2. Physical God Goku. The strongest Saiyan Day TUR ever released, God Goku was unbelievably busted on release. Just like the top units ranked before him, Goku stacked attack and defense on Super, making him excellent in longer events. He had a medium chance to evade attacks, and with 3 Ki Spheres obtained, he gained 50% to stats and a further 30% dodge chance. Additionally, with 6 Ki Spheres obtained, Goku launched a guaranteed additional super attack and guarded all attacks. With 6 orbs obtained, he had a 60% chance to dodge, guard, and could super up to 3 times within the turn. Luckily, it wasn't a struggle to get Goku the orbs he needed, as he created physical orbs for his first 6 turns from his intro. He also gained additional attack boosts when attacking and after performing 4 supers in battle, allowing his attack stats to reach very high levels. But perhaps the craziest thing about God Goku was his leader skill. He led pure and hybrid Saiyans for 3 Ki and 170% to stats, and gave Power of Wishes and Exploding Rage category allies an additional 30% attack and defense. He had by far the best leader skill in the game, comprised of many of the best units, including the 8th anniversary LRs. His stellar link set also allowed him to link amazingly with all these top tier units, possessing shocking speed, over in a flash, and prepared for battle. However, even a juggernaut like this had a few flaws attached to him. After his intro ran out, it could sometimes be difficult to get Goku the orbs he needed if powerful orb changers such as Path to Power Kid Goku weren't on rotation. Additionally, the hardest hitting bosses in the game could still kill him if his dodge chance didn't proc, especially if it was before he attacked. Lastly, God Goku is one of the rare cases of a unit becoming worse after transforming. He could use his active skill starting from turn 5 after performing 4 or more supers in battle. This active skill gave him guaranteed crits for the turn and could hit very hard with several stacks, but it also caused him to transform into Super Saiyan Goku. Super Saiyan Goku was decent, but he was far less reliable defensively, relying heavily on dodging or needing prior stacks from God Goku to tank post-super. Because of this, his active was mainly used as a finisher to close out fights. Despite these minor flaws, God Goku proved to be one of the best units in the game throughout 2023, and was even somewhat usable in some of the tougher fights in 2024. He could definitely be argued as number 1 on this list, but by now, it's pretty clear who that spot belongs to. Number 1. LR Majin Vegeta plus Super Saiyan 2 Angel Goku. As the first Saiyan Day unit to be an LR, it's no surprise they ended up as the strongest card on this list. This unit is currently a strong contender for number 1 unit in the game, dominating every difficult event. What makes this unit so powerful is their versatility and vast array of abilities. They can be run effectively on both Super and Extreme class setups, and you can exchange between Goku and Vegeta starting from turn 1 with a Majin Buu Saga ally. On a full villain setup, Majin Vegeta can easily reach 24 ki with a single ki sphere, and without 5 extreme class characters, he can still reach his peak with 7 ki spheres. Defensively, Majin Vegeta is far stronger than many people initially expected. With his multiplicative defensive buffs, high damage reduction, and guard, he's able to comfortably handle the most dangerous bosses. Just like the previous 4 units, both Goku and Vegeta stack attack and defense on 18 ki, with Vegeta having a 60% chance to launch an EX Super when his first super is 24 ki. His EX Super greatly stacks attack and defense, causes super effective ultimate damage to all enemies, and disables enemies' action, allowing you to potentially attack break a deadly boss super. On the other hand, Goku wants to be run with super class allies on the team, or collect 8 ki spheres to get his full passive buffs. With his large amount of built-in dodge, he performs defensively similar to LR STR Blue Goku. Even when his dodge fails, he can still tank fairly well with his high defense, guard, and 53% damage reduction. On top of all this, Goku gives powerful multiplicative support and possesses a valuable active that can change the entire field of orbs to physical and INT. This unit just does way too much, and has an answer to pretty much everything in the game currently. While it may be unfair to compare a Dokkanfest LR to TURs, it doesn't change the fact that they are easily the strongest Saiyan Day unit released to date.